Good afternoon. We are here at Tesol Colombia I at Universidad de La Sabana, June 5th, 2015. I am Claudia Cero, a faculty member of the Department of Foreign Languages and Cultures. We are here with Dr. Anne-Marie Truscott de Mejia. She is an associate professor at the Centro de Investigación y Formación at Universidad de los Andes. She holds a PhD in linguistics in the area of bilingual education from Lancaster University. We thank you for your time, for being here with us. Let me start by asking you, how have you feel in this event?
I felt it's been a very interesting experience. I saw this morning that there were lots of participants from all over the country, I understand, and also the questions that were asked at the end of both my session and the other people's sessions were really interesting.
Okay, thank you. This morning we were at your presentation and a question came to my mind. How could Colombian language teachers actually provide opportunities to their learners to face the challenge of developing their skills in a multilingual context?
I think that's a very important question. I think, first of all, many teachers, perhaps we don't recognize that many of our learners have access to other literacies, other languages. I'm not only talking about national languages, but I'm also talking about different language varieties in different parts of the country, the way people speak differently, and of course, as I said this morning, different modes of literacy. We're talking about much more digital literacy, as we've heard this afternoon. So I think it's a question of teachers opening up and recognizing much of their students' expertise outside the classroom.
Okay. From your perspective, what pedagogical implications should be considered if moving from a traditional conception of teaching and learning to a hybrid perspective which considers these multilingual literacy practices?
I think, first of all, and I think the speaker this afternoon also talked about this, there was that many teachers perhaps are rather nervous about the implications. Many, especially older teachers, have not had the background that perhaps many of their younger learners have had. I think always from a teacher professional development, it would be useful within the institutions for teachers to form study groups or focus groups, and where these issues can be discussed before they actually have to confront their classes. So I think this sort of procedure would allow them to feel more comfortable.
Now that you were talking about digital literacies, I was thinking about the role of ICT. What role can ICT play to make teachers and learners more aware of the cultural differences?
Well, that's what's interesting. It's not my real area of expertise, but I think that we do have all these possibilities of, for example, I think as Michael Byron said, of helping our students to get into contact with students in other countries, in Canada and the United States and Britain, and to be able to carry out tasks which perhaps we've helped them design. I remember one that Michael Byron was talking about different sports in different countries, and from there looking at different expectations. So there are many ways that we can help our students to actually get into contact digitally or virtually with students of similar age, of similar interests, and this can be done obviously in other languages.
Okay. Can you please briefly explain what new challenges and opportunities may Colombian teachers face if they explore dimensions of multilingual and plurilingual contexts and all of this, let's say, knowledge that is kind of growing?
Yes, I think that for Colombian teachers, perhaps, especially English language teachers, let's say, perhaps have been focused on traditionally teaching grammar and vocabulary and using rather traditional methods, maybe flashcards or board work, etc. I think these challenges open a window into far more sophisticated and complex realities, and I think if they help to bridge this gap between outside and inside the classroom, I think this would help a lot to show the students that English is not something you just sit and copy from the board in the worst possible situation, but there is an interaction with global networks, etc., etc. outside.
You know that we have 2 master's programs at the Department of Foreign Languages and Cultures. Based on your experience, what suggestions could you give us as teacher trainers so we can empower our trainees in these issues regarding multicultural environments and pluricultural literacy practices?
I think that, as perhaps Freire says, first of all, it would be important to help the teacher trainers and the trainees to become aware that, for example, multiculturalism and plurilingualism are all around us. And so I think that if the teacher trainees do a small micro research project in their own situation, and look at different ways, for example, in Tolima or in La Costa, how people express different notions, etc., then I think we've begun to realize that in Colombia, although the most common language is Spanish, the dominant language is Spanish, in fact, there are many varieties of Spanish, there are many varieties of cultural understandings, and I think this would be a very good point of departure to help the teachers work with the students in their classes that often come from different parts of the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Truscott. Wonderful ideas, experiences that you have shared with us. So thank you very much for being with us at Tesol Colombia I.
Thank you very much indeed.